about how to follow through when motivation fades. Family, if we would please to begin the conversation, comment below the power of one decision. That's all it takes. If you don't get anything else out of what we're talking about in this particular conversation, just remember you can transform your life with a single decision. That's all it really takes. The power of one decision. But as it relates to today's topic of discussion, again, how to follow through when motivation fades. Here's what I have learned to understand, Kevin, Mia, and everyone else that's watching this live. Most people do not struggle with progress simply because they lack talent or ideas or skills or because they don't have the capabilities. Many people fail to make progress and achieve their goals, not because they're not intelligent enough, not because they don't have what it takes. But what I've learned to understand is that many people fail to make progress simply because they fail to follow through. In fact, comment below that statement. Yeah, I'm going to keep us busy this morning. It's not a me thing, it's a we thing. I want this broadcast to be engaging. And I want you to really resonate with that word, follow through, or that phrase, so to speak. Follow through. It's the follow through where many people lack. And that's why they lack the progress, or they're not accomplishing what they're setting out after, right? Or what they're aiming to achieve in their life, right? It's the follow through where many people struggle. Many people say they want change. Most people are anxious to change their situations, but they're unwilling to change themselves. We get stuck into our comfort zones, right? Or our zone of familiar territory, and we fail to follow through. Many people wait for motivation simply just to show up, failing to realize, here's what I've learned: motivation is unreliable. It fades. In many cases, it won't show up. And what we have to understand is if you make decisions solely based on how you feel, you're never going to experience progress towards anything meaningful in life, especially if you're aiming to improve the quality of your life. You're looking to reinvent yourself. You're looking to break a generational cycle. You're looking to do something different, take on a new lifestyle. You're looking to improve the quality of your health. You're looking to start a business. You're looking to climb the corporate ladder. You're looking to start your own nonprofit and make a difference in your community. If you solely rely on how you feel and all your decisions are based upon and contingent upon how you feel in the moment, you'll never experience any progress. But what will help you make progress is ultimately you making a decision. Like today, you consciously deciding, I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to be better. I'm going to become more. I'm going to achieve greater. I'm going to reinvent how I show up. I'm going to stay consistent. I'm going to be committed because I understand I can never conquer something I'm not committed to. It all begins with a decision. Today, family, I want it to be a little different during this conversation. I just want to talk with us this morning, right? I'll share a few quotes and a few insights, but nonetheless, I want this conversation to truly resonate with us, especially as we step into this new week that's full of amazing opportunities and endless possibilities. We have to be the ones that not only just show up, but follow through. Not only just remain committed, but stay consistent in doing the things that matter, doing the things that move the needle towards success. We got to be willing to follow through. First quote I want to share with us is this, family. You can't think your way into change. You have to decide your way into it. Let me repeat that for those in the back in case we missed it. You can't think your way into change. You have to decide your way into it. I can remember a moment in my life, family, when I got tired of my own excuses. Anybody ever been there? Maybe somebody's there right now as you're listening to this broadcast. You're just simply tired of your own excuses. Many of you have read my first book, Come Alive. And many people have been inspired and empowered by the insights that are shared in that particular project. But I can recall, y'all, those moments when I had the concept, I had the idea, I had the vision of what that project could become. But deep down, I'm talking like on a subconscious level, your boy D1 had convinced himself that I'm not a great writer. I really don't have the words to articulate myself. I really can't express myself like telling stories and writing these things down. I'm not the best writer. For a long time, I'm talking months, maybe even years, I put that project off. I hesitated to take action towards this idea. For years, I told myself, nobody wants to hear what I have to say, right? And this went on and on and on till the point, again, I got tired of my own excuses. And I made up my mind, you know what? I'm no longer going to just stare at this unfinished project. I've got to be the one that creates a change, because if I just continue to do things in the same way, in the same manner that I've been doing them, I'm just going to keep on perpetuating the same outcomes and the same results. And I made an executive decision, hence the word decision. No, today, I'm making a decision that I'm no longer going to allow this mindset and this belief to dictate my behavior and how I show up. I'm simply just going to get started. I'm going to get started. I created a daily goal. I'm going to write every single day for an hour. And eventually what ended up happening was I created that project. The book that has now inspired many people in all walks of life, simply because I didn't just think my way into change. I decided my way into change. That's number one. Number two is this, family. One small act of commitment can create a massive ripple effect. Again, one small act of commitment can create a massive ripple effect. You guys remember the application Periscope? Many of us that are tuning into this broadcast, this is how we initially connected, right? Through that particular platform. And I can remember in that season of my life, I was in a stage where I'm building my speaking career. And I wasn't getting the calls or the emails to get invited to speak at certain engagements. And it was frustrating. It was discouraging. But I really wanted to inspire others. I really wanted to provide insights that shifted the way that leaders would think. I wanted to help individuals show up with more confidence and think clear and stay consistent with their goals. My brother introduced me to that app. So what I did was I created a daily goal. I said, you know what? If nobody's going to hire me or contract me to speak at their event, I'm going to use my own platform. I'm going to use technology in a way where I can connect with others and I can share insights and help them think in a more empowering way. And I set a goal every single day. If I can just inspire one person, we talk about the power of one, right? If I can just inspire one person, then David, job well done. This began a new cycle that created a shift and momentum that carried over years after. Because every single day I showed up. You guys remember that? I went live using my cell phone, all with the objective, if I can just inspire one person. Then one person told another person, and we started a movement. And that movement became a community. And that community still exists, all because it was a byproduct of me making a sound decision, an executive decision. Today, I'm going to inspire one person. That just goes to show the power of that small shift, that small decision, creating a massive impact, right? Building momentum. And that momentum carries on years after that single decision. Again, one small act of commitment can create a massive ripple effect. Last one I want to give us is this, and then we'll wrap it up. Discipline will take you where motivation can't. Again, discipline will take you where motivation can't. From time to time, I get people that ask me, D1, what inspires you to stay consistent in the gym? What inspires you to show up? And many people fail to realize there's many days when I don't feel like showing up at the gym. There's many days when I don't feel like being consistent. There's many days when I don't feel like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning to be uncomfortable and lift weights and put my body under stress, right? But what helps me stay consistent isn't motivation, because again, motivation is unreliable. It fades. It's the discipline, the discipline that's built by the commitment to invest in my health and my wellness, the commitment to be 1% better each day. And it's that discipline that helps build momentum, and that momentum that creates transformation. Most people, many people that may even be tuning into this conversation now, you've been waiting for the green light. You've been waiting for other people to support you. You've been waiting for everything to be in alignment. You've been waiting to feel ready. You've been waiting for that moment or somebody to tell you you're good enough, you're great enough, and that you have what it takes. Failing to recognize. For you to get started, you don't have to feel ready. You don't have to wait for other people to support you or believe in you. No, it starts with you making a decision. The decision to follow through. You're gifted, you're talented, you got great ideas. You got a vision that you want to build. You got a life that you want to live. You have success that you want to create and manifest for your life. Stop waiting to feel ready, but instead, make a decision to be committed, to follow through, and stay dedicated to something that's meaningful and something that you truly desire for you and your life. I said many things during today's conversation, but if you don't get anything else out of what we've talked about during today's broadcast, take this with you. For you to succeed, for you to create transformation, for you to build momentum towards where you're aiming to go in life, you got to be willing to follow through. You got to be willing to follow through. Because again, it's not a matter of talent or gifts or ideas or intelligence or even resources. It's a matter of you having the willingness to stay consistent, to lock in, and to keep building the life that you envision. I see so many people who have great ideas. They reach out to me and they seek out advice and they seek out counsel and they get started, but then life hits them. Doors shut in their face. They get told no. Maybe they're rejected. Maybe they lack the motivation in certain times or certain instances. Maybe they're lacking the support. Maybe they're lacking resources in some areas. But nonetheless, the only thing that's really stopping you from getting to where you're aiming to go is you. You've got to hold yourself accountable to follow through towards what it is that you desire for your life. Who am I speaking to this morning, right? That idea, you want to start a podcast, you want to write a book, you want to launch your own business, you want to shift your career, you want to do something different, you want to reinvent the life that you are living, you want to break the cycle of yesterday so that you can build a new chapter for tomorrow, right? You're breaking generational cycles, right? You want to step into something new and something greater. It all starts with a decision. And every single day, you recommit to that decision. Every single day, you follow through. Every single day, even when it's hard, you show up. That's what leads to massive transformations. When I look at anything great that I've accomplished, when I look at transformations that I've personally experienced, when I've looked at results and outcomes that I have manifested and that I have developed and created for my life, it all began with a decision. It all began with a decision. So today, as we step into this new week, as we step into a week that's full of opportunities and great possibilities, make the commitment that you are going to make a decision every single day that's going to move you closer towards where you aim to be and the person that you aim to become. In fact, as we step into this week's opportunities, become the type of person that follows through. Everybody comment below. Follow through. Follow through. You don't need motivation. All you need is a decision. And there's 3 decisions that I want us to make right now as we wrap up this conversation. Decision number 1 is I want you to decide who you're going to become. Don't allow your circumstances, your pain, or your past to make that decision for you. Right now, who are you going to become? Decision number 2, decide what you're willing to commit to. And when I say commit to it, I'm not talking about you're committing to it because it's convenient. You're committed to it because it's easy. No, I'm talking about what you truly desire. No matter what it looks like, no matter how it feels, you are going to commit yourself to it. Then decision number 3, decide to keep going, especially when it's hard. Many people, right, they give up just short of the success that they can acquire and achieve in their life simply because they come face to face with discomfort. Many people, like, you're this close and you talked yourself out of taking that next step. You talked yourself out of showing up and bouncing back from that failure or that mistake. And that decision cost you the success that you can experience. Today, make the executive decision. I'm going to follow through. I'm going to follow through. Yeah, it's hard, but I'm going to follow through. It's difficult, but I'm going to keep showing up. It's challenging, but you know what? I'm raising my hand for new opportunities. I'm stretching myself and stepping outside of my comfort zone because I understand the importance of me making an executive decision to follow through. It's that follow through that leads to transformation. It's that follow through that leads to progress. It's that follow through that leads to you creating better outcomes and better results for you and the life that you're experiencing. So many people lack the follow through. And when you lack follow through, you miss out on progress. You'll never get to where you're aiming to go and what you're aiming to experience as long as you're inconsistent. I'm trying to wrap it up, but somebody needs to hear this, right? Like, you got goals and you got dreams, but what's holding you back is your inconsistency. You only show up when it's convenient. You only take a step when it's easy, right? You're waiting for everybody to support you, right? For everybody to acknowledge you. You're waiting for the recognition, and it's that inconsistency that's preventing you from making progress. I need you to be the type of person that just keeps showing up. Just keep showing up. Challenges in your face, but you're still there. Hardships that you're dealing with, but you keep showing up. I'm talking about hearing no's and rejections after rejection, but you continue to move forward. You keep making the necessary adjustments. You keep encouraging yourself. You keep pivoting and shifting, but you keep showing up. It's the follow through, family, that leads to massive transformations. So to that one that maybe feels discouraged, to that one whose back is currently up against the wall, to that one who has hit rock bottom, just understand the test. That's where you're going to find your strength. The struggle, that's where you're going to become greater. But you only become greater if you consistently follow through. At one point in time, you're going to win. It just might be today. Today just might be your day, but you got to show up. You got to take the step. Let's wrap this thing up. Again, family, become the type of person that follows through. Your future is counting on you. In fact, when you think about, hey, D1, what causes you to show up? Like, in those moments when you feel like giving up, in those moments when you feel like throwing in the towel and saying, I can't take any, another step, or I can't take any more of this. What helps you get back into that mindset of following through? It's knowing that somebody somewhere is counting on me to show up and be at my best. I'll give you that as an addition, right? That's a benefit right there, a bonus, so to speak. Yeah, I need you to rely on or connect with the purpose behind the work that you are doing, the purpose behind the dream that you are building, understanding that this is bigger and greater than just you. Somebody misses out when you don't show up. Somebody misses out when you don't follow through. That idea, that vision, that dream, that concept, whatever you're building, that project, that's going to benefit somebody other than yourself. It may be your family. It may be your community. It may be a particular cause or struggle that a group of people are facing. But nonetheless, when you find yourself in those moments, when you're in a state of mind where you feel defeated, you got to rely on that. You got to kick in, like, connect with that. You know what I mean? You got to be connected to the vision and the why behind that vision. And that's what's going to fuel your drive. That's what's going to help you propel past the difficulties and the hardships and the adverse conditions that you may face. This will help you navigate the odds that are stacked against you. This will help you show up even when other people are lacking belief in you. This will help you reinvent your reality even when everything around you says you can't succeed at what you're building. When you latch your hope and your belief into something that's bigger and greater than you, you will tap into a strength that you can't just produce and possess on your own. You're now connected to a cause that's bigger than just you, and this will propel you to new levels of success and progress in your life. I'm trying to wrap it up, but again, I think somebody needs to hear this. You're working towards something. It's hard. It's been difficult. Yeah, you're looking at the timeline and how long you've been working towards it. You're looking at where you think you should be, where you believe you should be, but yet and still, you're still making progress. And you keep showing up. And it's all because somebody somewhere is counting on you to show up, and you got to connect with that. Family, again, if you don't get anything else out of what we talked about during today's conversation, take this with you. You're always one decision away from transforming your entire life. Today, make a decision that moves you closer towards where you want to be. You understand, times may be difficult. The road may be rough. It's very challenging. All it takes is one decision. One decision. This week, make the decision to follow through. If you slid into this broadcast and I was unable to give you a shout out, be sure to comment below. And if in fact this is your first time, or maybe it's your first time in a long time, I welcome you, and I'm going to shout you out as well. Put a number 1 in the chat, and then place your first name afterward. Again, place a number 1 in the chat, and then your first name afterward. I missed a bunch of comments, y'all. Nothing personal. Your boy was just in the zone. Nicole is in the building. Follow through. Sis, I hope you enjoyed your birthday. Family, send some positive vibes and love to Nicole as she celebrated her birthday last week. Corey is in the building, my brother from another mother. Hope all is well with you. We got to connect soon, man. Get some updates. Follow through. Follow through gets you through that threshold that has been keeping you in your safe space. Talk that talk. Tanisha is in the building. Columbus is representing this morning. Shout out to those in the Midwest. Who else do we have in the broadcast? Again, comment below. I'll be sure to shout you out before we do wrap things up. Also, if we have yet to connect on other platforms, what are we waiting for? Connect with your boy. I'm at @1 Gibson on all platforms, including Instagram, Facebook. You can also tap into TikTok. I'm not as active on that platform. Still trying to figure out that platform. I feel like I'm old or something with all these different platforms and trying to figure out the technology and how to use them. But nonetheless, at D1 Gibson family on Instagram, Facebook, as well as TikTok. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/David Gibson for all of my long form content, short films, and documentaries that I create and produce. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn. That's at David Gibson. Be sure to tap in there if you're on that platform. Also, from time to time, people reach out and say, how can they contribute financially and make a donation to the movement that I am leading and what we are building as a community? You can connect with me on Cash App. That's at $D1 Gibson. Again, $D1 Gibson. Would truly appreciate your support. And for more information on my speaking and coaching services, be sure to connect with me on my website at elevationisAmust.com. And take advantage of all the free resources that are available there, family. I've got a bookstore, online store rather, where you can tap into many resources designed to help you improve your mindset and adopt successful practices that will assist you in becoming the best version of yourself and transforming your life. Also, we got many members of our Growth Circle community tapped into the broadcast today. If you are a leader who is searching for clarity, looking to build confidence, or aiming to become more consistent with your goals and your dreams, and you're yearning for a community of leaders that will support you and hold you accountable, come elevate with us. That's at joingrowthcircle.com. We have mindset sessions, mastermind conversations, small business development conversations. We also talk about content creation. We have many content creators that are in that space, small business owners, as well as ambitious leaders, whether you are launching a nonprofit or you're climbing the corporate ladder. It's a group of leaders who, again, are like-minded, aiming to improve themselves, and most of all, aiming to make an impact and add meaning to the life that they are living. So again, be sure to tap in. That's at www.joingrowthcircle.com. With that being said, family, let's wrap this thing up. You got dreams to catch and success to create, so we each got to get busy being great. Now, if you found value in this broadcast, please share this out with the people that you personally do care about. Share that on Facebook, Twitter, or X rather, LinkedIn, as well as YouTube. But before we do wrap this thing up, for those that may be experiencing hardships, trials, tribulations, challenges, difficult time, challenging season, come real close to your cell phone device or maybe your laptop or your TV, wherever you may be viewing this broadcast from, and hear me clearly. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever you are currently facing, this too shall pass. In fact, I want you to say that with me. This too shall pass. Meaning this, it's only temporary. Don't make a permanent decision that's based upon a temporary circumstance. Coy, when I look at leaders, I'm talking about ambitious leaders that create success for their life, that do amazing things in the world in which we live. Every leader that I have studied, they hold on to two beliefs. Belief number one, they believe that tomorrow can and will be better than today. And belief number two, they believe that they have the power to make it so. D1, what are you saying? No matter what it looks like, Mia, no matter what it feels like, Kevin, no matter what it seems, I need you to understand that tomorrow can and it will be better than today. And most importantly, you have the capacity to make it so. Meaning you got what it takes and it takes what you got. So don't you give up on yourself. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you give up on what's possible. As it gets rougher, you got to get tougher. You keep persisting until you succeed, because tomorrow can and it will be better than today, because you have what it takes to make it so. In other words, as we step into this week's opportunities, it's Monday at the time of this recording. I need you to understand that you can handle whatever this week throws at you. No matter what comes your way, you can handle it. You can navigate it. You can figure things out. Yeah, you may be lacking some resources, but learn to be resourceful. Yeah, your back may be up against the wall, but that's the perfect time to start swinging. Until you get where you aim to be, you keep pushing and keep pressing. Because at the end of the day, as long as you keep persisting, eventually you shall succeed. If nobody else tells you that they love you today, remember your brother from another mother, D1 Gibson, has nothing but love for each and every single one of you. With all of that being said, family, thank you for tuning into today's conversation. Again, I'm hoping that you found some value from this particular discussion. If so, apply what we discussed. That's what leads to transformation. Most people just rely on information and inspiration. That's not enough. It's inspiration, information, plus application. That's what leads to transformation. I provided the information, the inspiration for some as well. It's up to you to apply it. When you apply it, that leads to transformation. This week, let's transform our lives, family. Today, be effective, be successful, live with some passion, and most importantly, be powerful. I'm your brother David Gibson, also known as D1 Gibson, but I'm better known as your brother from another mother. Checking out. Have a phenomenal Monday and an extraordinary week. Peace.